Folks, welcome back. Today I'm taking a look at fire signs February forecast. I'm taking a look at your forecast using a couple of using Autumn Room sticks. They're kind of unusual implements, if you will. And I'm also using the seventh sphere Lenormand to kind of help predict what kind of month you could end up having, what kinds of energies you are facing, and what you can do to face them as best as you possibly can. So Spirit wants me to do these a little bit later towards the end of the reading. And let's see, Aries, I'm going to handle you folks first, okay? Aries, let's take a look at your month. I'm going to do a 9-card spread, okay? Okay. So it looks like your central theme is going to be one to do with dominance, and this is a theme that's been building for a while. Are you going to be the dominant one, Aries? And I'm sorry, I'm keeping this tablecloth does not move around easily. Are you the one who is possibly abusing someone? And I'm seeing here that this Aries is about dominance, but also about being quite immature in your dominance. Possibly even a little bit innocent. There may be some choices that you're making that you think are high quality, that you're being the boss of your own life, but in fact, they're not high quality choices. I'm seeing the need for kind of a dramatic education in February when it comes to how you conduct yourself. And I would expect, of course, with Aries being the sign of the ram and being associated with the Emperor, the Emperor Tarot card, that this is going to be kind of maybe a hard lesson for a lot of folks. Some secrets might need to be uncovered in February. Let's see, this is the 9th card, so this is 8, so that would be the coffin. So yeah, that could be about some, or not even some secrets, maybe some like secrets to you. Maybe you're not aware of how you dominate a conversation. I'm seeing some drama being kicked up around, like, or just some like people talking about what's going on, right? It just might be a really messy confrontation that you might have with Spirit or with other people, Aries, but keep an eye out on that. You might be uncovering you might be realizing why you operate a certain way, and you might choose to continue in that direction. You might choose to continue those secrets. Or you can be a badass and you can choose to learn to not be so domineering. And that'll also be a journey that you take. But that's going into the future. This is what's moving subconsciously. This is subconsciously. This is the present. Hang on. Yeah. It's been a while. Present reality. This is what's moving consciously. Excuse me. That's past, present, future. It's one of those days. Please excuse me. I'm seeing some kind of possible fight with someone. There could be a fight going on into the future. That's part of your learning experience. It may be that you've struggled to fight on the right hill, so to speak, die on the right hill. You might have been picking the wrong hills to die on. But I'm also seeing some exposure, some success. Definitely there might be some happiness on the horizon. I also see here with intuition that might be saying for Aries, you're going to find your deepest happiness in following your intuition, and that's going to be a hardcore journey. So 9 is the house of the bouquet, so that's going to be a social journey. It's going to take being around people, and that might be a bit of a struggle. I see Aries really struggling to fight being around those people. Like, you're not going to want to be around them very easily. They might repulse you. However, I do see that there's a possibility for you to have made some choices in the past that will expose you, or will it lead you to success depending on how you conduct yourself. This applies to high vibing signs mostly, and could apply to those who are trying to become high vibing. I'm seeing in the past that fighting was maybe a childhood coping mechanism. Maybe you were rewarded for being able to defend yourself, to fight, and now that's carrying out into the future when you don't need that coping mechanism anymore. Therapy would be really, really helpful in this particular situation, Aries. I can see that family habits may have taught you that. It's possible that you had an authority figure, doesn't matter their gender, but possibly a male authority figure who had anger management issues, and that kind of got passed down to you, Aries. I'm seeing you on a journey to success, ultimately, if you choose to stay high vibing, Aries. Let us move on to my Autumn runes. And excuse me while I continue to adjust the tablecloth. Spirit, how can... Shuffle back in. How can Aries navigate this month as best as possible? How can Aries navigate this month as best as possible? So I'm still learning my Autumn runes, still learning my memorization. You can maybe read along with me if you can zoom in the camera that close. So this has 3 strikes, but they're slanted. That's the reed. This is renewable, practical cleansing. So reeds grow close to water, and they die back each winter to grow renewed each spring. So this could be a cleansing month for you high vibing folks if you choose. If you're on your way to be high vibing, that could be a cleansing month if you stay in tune with your spirit guides. So we've got 4 strikes on one side here. This is hazel. This is wisdom, inspiration, divination, creativity. Wands are often made from hazel. Definitely a time where you need to tap into your power as the magician. I'm feeling that particular tarot card. This is where you have everything inside of you that you need in order to progress through February as best as you possibly can in your highest possible energy, in ways that benefit you, benefit others. It's not necessarily going to be easy. In fact, for a lot of Aries signs, I'm seeing you breaking habits this particular month, and that's going to be difficult, but I think that you can do it. If you stay in your fire energy and your spiritual fire energy, you should be good to go. That's enough, Spirit says. I'll see you guys later. Sagittarius, I hope that you are all having a good year so far. I just had a bunch of cards flip over for you. We're going to be doing a 9-card. How about a 7-card spread for what you folks have coming up this February? What energies are you facing in February, Sagittarius? Around here we shuffle until Spirit tells me to stop. Spirit says shuffle back in. Well, I'm flipping out journey. Definitely seeing Sagittarius on a journey. Well, we've got stuff upside down. Sagittarius, your theme for this month is about chasing something. You could be a masculine figure, you might not be. You might be chasing an individual. You might be chasing an accountant. I'm looking at excuse me, that's supposed to be in the middle. Yeah, I'm looking at the possibility of a male accountant. That's in some cases, that's what's going on. So this is going to be a white lily, not a red. The red lily would signify sexuality, that kind of thing. This is more about being established, being mature, retirement, that kind of thing. There's the potential for being able to be established with a particular man. This could be a marriage here in the future, Sagittarius. I'm also seeing some dreams possibly be put away, not die necessarily, although that could mean the death of certain dreams, because there is this particular marriage, this particular relationship, or this business contract even. It doesn't have to be about marriage at all. This could be a business relationship, and you're choosing to put some dreams and things that you really want on hold because this is something that you also want, and if you don't chase this down now, you could have a problem. And I just realized I said a 7-card spread and I laid out a 9-card spread. Well, then you get more, right? So this is going to be the past, present, and the future. I just read your future. Up here is what's going on consciously, here is what's going on subconsciously, and here is the present reality. So, yeah, I see some people having to partner up, and this, I know it says animus and a male is depicted, but it can be about a more masculine individual. It does not have to be about a man or even a masculine person at all. They can just exhibit powerful traits that you would associate with the animus versus the anima. And I see that being kind of a need for some Sagittariuses. So earlier this year in January, I did a reading on what to expect for 2023 as far as economics and jobs. housing, that kind of thing. And I saw that there were going to be a lot of, there was going to be a gradual breaking of habits when it comes to how we spend our money, like, and how we buy cars, houses, trade stocks, like all of that is going to start gradually changing. And I'm wondering, Sagittarius, if you fire signs aren't jumping onto that bandwagon before anybody else. Possibly. I haven't read for air signs yet. But I'm wondering, folks, if Sagittarius, you aren't sensing that there's something going on. Your intuition is saying it's time to get together with somebody and it's eventually going to lead to marriage. So I see some financial dreams that possibly, like, they don't have to be financial. This could be about finances, but it could also be about something that's deeply valuable to you. And I said earlier that it doesn't have to be about death. This card doesn't have to be about death, but I can see right here that something died when, or you put it to rest, possibly. Maybe something died on its own, you put it to rest, or spirit or the universe put it to rest for you, but I see that happening in the past. So this lands on the house of family, of what goes on behind closed doors. It's the house of the house, quite literally, or the home, if you will. So this could be a past relationship that didn't go on very well. It could be that you enjoy your time alone and that getting together with this new person means not being by yourself anymore. Possibly, okay? It could be that you had a property that you valued a lot and you've had to let that go. It's not what you wanted at all, but you are getting together with your partner in February, I see. This person is in your future, I see, Sagittarius. And I've been wanting to say Taurus now for a couple of times. It could be that you are a Taurus somewhere in your birth chart, okay? Look at your astrological birth chart, see if Taurus places anywhere important. That could be why I'm getting Taurus popping up a lot in my head when I'm talking about you, Sagittarius. And there goes my voice. So, this is landing on 9 and 1. This is going to move quickly. You're going to have to quickly end something that you wanted, which was valuable to you. Could be money, could be something else entirely. Doesn't have to be money. In order to up-level you, if you will, in the social ladder. Be established, if you will, socially. It's interesting that Lily lands on the house of the bouquet. This is going to be a highly social situation where a lot of people, I'm getting that kind of wedding kind of atmosphere, okay? Maybe not, okay? Keep that in mind, Sagittarius. Let's move on to my Ogden rune alphabet. I want to see how you can handle these energies as best as you possibly can, Sagittarius. All right, so I am still memorizing my Ogham runes. If you can zoom in on the camera, I'd understand. You can read along with me. Here we've got a strike through that goes all the way through, and it's at a slant. You've got the bramble. This is harvest, celebration, ecstasy. Bramble grows fast with sharp prickles and bears delicious fruit. Vine can be an alternate. So we could call this a bramble or a vine, either one. But I'm, like I was saying earlier, I'm getting a wedding feel. That's absolutely what I'm getting right here. So in spite of the fact that it might feel like you are burying something in the past, maybe you're relieved to be burying something in the past, maybe you're a little bit sad to be letting it go because it might be a bit of a sacrifice to be together with this person. Take that as you will, okay? Again, I'm getting Taurus, Sagittarius, for real. You might want to look at your birth chart. You might have something like, you might have your Venus in Taurus, or you might have another really important placement with Taurus involved that has to do with your love life. Okay, it could be in a 7th house or something like that. So right here, I've got five that I got 5 lines that don't go all the way through. And this is the apple. This is healing, renewal, becoming whole, fertility, the other world, Avalon, immortality. So the apple, of course, has a whole lot of mythology attached to it, which this particular sheet says. So this is bearing all kinds of fruit. Your hard work is bearing all kinds of fruit in February. And I'm getting that 7 of Pentacles kinds of energy where you're not supposed to fuck with the harvest when it's like coming in, right? You're only supposed to start picking once it's ripe. Once you've tilled and fertilized and watered, and you need to sit back and let the sun do its work, right? If you fuck with them too much, you'll kill your harvest. That's why it's important to sit back and watch your fruit come in and grow. So this month, it sounds like you're picking your fruit in February. Congrats, Sagittarius. I hope that y'all have a great month. Please take care, and if the adjustment's too rough, reaching out to therapy is probably a great plan for some of you folks, okay? Leo, I hope that you're all having a good year so far. Let's take a look at your February. I shuffle until Spirit tells me to stop. Let's do a 9-card portrait spread on what you can expect for this month, okay? This is the 7th sphere Lenormand. I let Spirit tell me if I should pick up the cards and shovel them back in or if I should lay them out. I lay them out and then I look in the camera, I'm like, that's not straight at all. Sun, Leo. Maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but it lands on the house of the tree. This has been something that's been a long time coming. And this says anima, but it absolutely doesn't have to be about a woman or even a feminine person. It can be about an aspect of you that might be associated more with your feminine side, if you will. And everybody has their own balance of the quote-unquote masculine and feminine characteristics. And you can load whatever values you want into either masculine or feminine, if you will. This is going to be about more creative, intuitive, more emotive energy. Let's lay out this next row. Okay, so I'm seeing a success with a woman who might be a little bit on the messy side, or the success, Leos, might be a little bit messy for you. And I apologize if I'm rearranging a lot. I want it to be centered in the camera. So this person could be like literally messy, like they don't clean up after themselves. Leos, this could be you personally, and you show up as more of a feminine person, or you are in your more feminine side at this particular point. But I'm seeing some drama here, and I'm not sure that anyone knows why it's here, because here the birds lands on the house of the clouds, which is about confusion. You might be confused as to why there is drama around this particular person. Leos, it could be that you're closed off and that you don't like being around drama because you're not sure why it's happening at all. It could be that your success pisses a lot of people off, Leos. So that's your present reality. So on top, consciously, I see a possible abusive situation being laid to rest here. This lands on the house of the clover, which is about risk reward, and this is possibly about more risks than reward, especially if it's a bear involved. So this quickly ended an abusive situation, and again, this is the house, and you're landing on the house. This could have been a domestic violence. This could have been a partner that was abusing you, and it's going to be a messy situation getting out of this in February, okay? I'm seeing this taking a while to get out of here. Please take that with a grain of salt. It could be great to get in touch with a lawyer, okay? I'm sensing that some Leos are going to be getting divorced in February. We're going to be starting the process. And it's going to be crazy. You may not be able to see clearly because it is so crazy and emotional, if you will. This lands on the house of the bouquet, which is about social situations. This is going to be a good thing for you eventually, but right now it's a hellscape. Now it's interesting. I was talking about the clouds just a second ago, right over here, and over here it appears. I'm seeing some lies. Leo, there may be some lies that either you told, but you may be high vibing, okay? They might have been told to you, quite frankly. If you're high vibing, you might have believed a person and they lied to you about something, and now you're having to release that particular person. And it's happening really, really quickly. I'm seeing this revolutionize and be a huge key for success for you in February if you continue to stay high vibing, and that's key. Something's getting exposed this month in February when it comes to what's been going on behind closed doors. And I'm getting some watery energy from you. And I was just about to say Sagittarius. You're not Sagittarius. You are Leos. You might have some Sagittarius in your birth chart. That might be your partner too that you're breaking up from, okay? Possibly, okay? It could also be, and now I've lost my train of thought. My apologies. It must be one of those days. Maybe I'm not meant to say it, okay? I'm seeing that I'm getting a Rapunzel in the tower, so to speak. This lands on 8. This is the coffin. So you may not have let people know how isolated you were. You might have been working on this particular thing to get you away from this person in secret, and you might have been working on this for a long time. That's that fiery energy coming through. That's awesome, Leo. So I want to see how you can handle this month the best that you possibly can. We're going to use my Agam runes. And I'm still learning to memorize these, okay? So let's learn together. Spirit says shuffle back in. It's not yours. So that one fell out earlier, and I shuffled it back in. So it means something for you in particular. Okay. So if you can zoom in on the screen, if you will, that's awesome. But if not, let me read to you a little bit. So the first one has 2 lines, but they don't strike all the way through, and they're to the left. This is the oak. This is strength, durability, courage. The climax of an English woodland rules the bright half of the year, so spring and summer, if you will. So this could be your spring, if you will, if you want it to be. If you want to vibe high and break free of this particular person, it sounds like February is going to be the month to do it, ironically enough, which is, the month of Valentine's Day, is what I meant. This is got a line to the right, but doesn't strike all the way through. This is the birch. This is beginnings, initiations, purification, cleansing, birth. This is the first tree to leaf in spring, first to colonize. Colonize cleared land. Interesting. So I'm seeing that after you go through this particular event with strength and durability of an oak, if you will, you're going to be able to expand into a new place. And that's what this revolutionary card is about. So this is going into your future. I saw this was in your past, present, and future. You can do this when you vibe high. You're going to need to stay in close touch with a lawyer, I hear, a therapist, as well as your guiding spirits, your ancestors, and the universe, okay? Last but not least, we got 3 lines to the right. They do not strike through. This is the alder tree. Foundations, shield, life force. Its sap stains red in air. Wood is rot resistant in water and grows with its feet wet. So kind of a watery tree, if you will. Definitely stay in your intuition. And again, I'm feeling how strong you're going to have to be through this particular event. And Leos, that's not a problem for you folks, especially when I see the sun appearing as your central theme. That makes me a little bit less concerned for you, but you still have your work cut out for you this month. Your spiritual work cut out for you is what I meant. Leos, that's enough. And fire signs, I hope that you all have a great February. Please take care.